Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Tony here, Tony's LPs Are Us. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate all the subs and likes. If you haven't subbed to Tony's LPs Are Us, please try to consider it. It really helps us out. We're trying to build the channel, get to that algorithm where we get played more and we get that content out to everyone. But I want to thank those who have watched and subscribed and comment. And we try to answer all the comments. There's not a lot of comments, but we do answer them. So we're here in Studio E. The Elvis light is lit. We have Elvis. He can't talk because of YouTube copyright infringement, but he does talk when he's not on tape. I think he sings Hound Dog or something, but here he is right there. So anyway, this is kind of an Elvis video. It's really not an Elvis video, but it'll end talking about Elvis. So the inspiration for this little segment was I was watching a Mazzy video who was responding to a Noble Records video from Dylan. Dylan has an unbelievable channel, one of the biggest channels, I think, of VC, and so does Mazzy, Norman Maslow. So big channels, and we really like their content. I've been watching those guys for years, and they kind of got me into this because I said, if they could do it, maybe I could do it. So I'm trying. But anyway, Mazzy was talking about a video he saw that Dylan did from Noble Records about a $20,000 Beatle bootleg, which was supposedly in a press kit, and the record was Get Back, that record that was the, it was Let It Be, but it was done by Glenn Johns, and that Get Back record is now in the Let It Be box set, so that's pretty cool. But this was a early 69 issue press kit, the whole bit, has an envelope in it. And Dylan had saw that one sold for $20,000. He thought he had it. So in my case, I thought I had a really expensive Elvis record. This Elvis record went between $5,000 and $7,000. Now, I know I saw it, but the reason I went looking for it is after watching Mazzy and Noble Records videos, I did a search on Wikipedia for most expensive or most rare records, and this Elvis record came up. Apparently only 300 were printed and were released, so for an Elvis record, very, very, tiny, right? So I said, I have that record, and I looked for it, I couldn't find it, because I remember I kind of pulled it out for one of my Elvis videos when I showed my Elvis collection. So once in a while, as you know, if you have a record collection and you have records in different areas, stuff gets mixed up. But I eventually found it, and I'm going to show that record, and I'm going to let you guys know, is it the one that's worth $5,000 to $7,000, or isn't it? But in the meantime, I pulled out some of my earlier records that I did show on different videos, but these are considered rare records. They're not up there in the $20,000 range, but some of them probably go for $400 to $1,000, I would guess, depending on condition. And all of these records that I'm showing you now are in VG Plus to excellent condition, and a few are still sealed, and that's why I'm pulling those out. So the first one up is this kind of the answer to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Their Satanic Majesty's Request, and this was a photograph by Michael Cooper. That's the cover that isn't the rare cover. This is, I believe, 1967. This is stereo, but here's the rare cover, the lenticular versions. They're almost like a 3D, but they're called lenticular, and you could see that it's this cover, but with the 3D image. And this is a mono, I believe. I think it says mono on it, but this is the mono. That's the mono there, you can see in the back. And but I also have, for your enjoyment, a stereo. And when this was bought, I only paid like $25 for it. It's kind of up in value quite a bit. Here's, without the plastic on it, that's a stereo. And this was by Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper also photographed Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band record. He was a photographer. He did not design the record. He may have designed this cover, I'm not sure, but he didn't design Sgt. Pepper's. But he took the video, he took the photograph of it. Tragically, he was. They said he died by suicide. I think he had a drug problem, died by suicide in 1971. And there's that cover inside. So, rare Stones record, if you know it. Hard to find, probably worth a couple of hundred, depending on the condition of the record. These vinyls are in pretty good shape. This is a blue London. And I also have one that has a colored vinyl. And it has their Satanic Majesty's Request. Sometimes I can't say that. Haven't had my coffee yet. And this is on colored vinyl, a regular copy. This is a stereo copy. And this was actually $30. It's printed on here, $30. Beautiful cover. I'll show this because I know Big John loves to see colored vinyl. Look at that. That's mint. Hasn't been played. I've never played it. So that's the one rare one. And then we'll get to the Elvis at the end of the video. This video won't take long, but again, I want to thank everybody for stopping in and subbing and all that other good stuff. We're going to be talking about this Elvis record toward the end. It's an Elvis record that I knew I had, thought it was worth big bucks, or is it worth big bucks? So I looked for it. I finally found it, and I'll give you my assessment of what it's worth at the end. Now, here's a cool one. Of course, you all know Led Zeppelin 2. This is an RL, and this one I paid $8 for at a big... somebody was giving a big barn sale. He had a barn. His father was in construction. And I think he got most of the records cleaning out houses. And he listed this for $8 because it was a Led Zeppelin. When I looked at it, I saw it was an RL. It's VG Plus. It plays VG Plus. It's unbelievable. And there you have, there's the vinyl. These are sealed. And these are of note because I know these are... first pressings, I believe. Motley Crue. This is called Too Fast for Love. Motley Crue, you can see the back cover. You Motley Crue aficionados, I know that there's some variations in this. Some of them came out early, some reissues. So there. Motley Crue. And this is actually a promo. We put this back in here. We don't want to damage it. You can see the promo stamp. It says, it has a number, 228168, lent for promotion for only any sale unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. And here we have another one, Theater of Pain. Still has the hype sticker on it, which is a little ticket. And you can see that's sealed. And this has City Boy Blues, Fight for Your Rights, Home Sweet Home. I'm not a big Motley Crue guy, but I held on to these. I'm not selling these records. I'm holding on to them. They are sealed. I don't know what they're going for, but I would say they go for over a couple of $100. I know Motley Crue is a very special band for a lot of people. And that's on Electra. So these are sealed. I think I have another one sealed somewhere. I'm trying to locate it. I have a lot of rare records. Nothing like the $20,000 range, but I do have quite a bit of, pretty good rare records. So here's another one. This is the reissue of it, kind of reissue. The original cover was pulled, and that is Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors. And here's the inside. See that? And of course we have a Street Survivors. Now this is near mint. This is really in good condition. I was happy to have this. I do have this record in another other condition, VG Plus, but this is kind of near mint. It was a shame. This record was out right around the time that their plane crashed and the majority of the band was killed, and that was a real shock. I remember that when that happened. It was around my time. I think I was in college at that time. But here's the inside. And here's the record on MCA. See that? And you have the MCA jacket. So we have a few rare ones, just a couple. I also have some rare jazz records I didn't show, but like I said, nothing like the, you know, $20,000 or $15,000 Beatle Get Back press kit. But I'm going to talk about the record that I thought, and I'm saying thought because it wasn't to be, but there was a record that I looked up and it said Elvis Presley, the soundtrack for Speedway. There was only 300 made. They showed a photo of it. I remember seeing it. And when I saw the photo in the most expensive records or most rarest records on Wikipedia or some website online, I said, I know I have that record. I've seen it. I don't have a lot of it. Some Elvis records I have multiple copies of. So this is it. Speedway. You probably know the cover. I think this was one of his last movies. Right after this, in '67, he did the special. Now, this record also features something rare. Nancy Sinatra singing Your Groovy Self. And she's actually listed on the cover of the Elvis cover, which I don't think happened any time before that or any time after that. I don't think Elvis ever shared a cover with another artist that was guesting on his record. Now, that just shows the clout of not Nancy Sinatra, probably Frank Sinatra. Here's the inner. It's the original inner, so that's good. Original record, which is good. Record's only VG to VG plus. It's not in great condition. I did play it. Has some noise on it, and I knew I had that record, but unfortunately, my record, as you can see, says stereo, and of course, the mono record is the one that only 300 or 400 were printed, or 200 were printed. I forget, but it was in a lot of records. This one is like a $30, $40 record, depending on the condition. This has some writing on it. It has Debbie Gallahan or something written on it. So this was a young girl's record. A big Elvis fan, probably in the 60s. But it wasn't meant to be. And just like Mazzy's record and Dylan's record, it wasn't that $20,000 record. It was something else. It was close to it. So I tried. I thought maybe I had a $4,000 or $5,000 record, and if I did, I probably would have sold it for, you know, a couple thousand, $3,000 to an Elvis collector. This, of course, is nowhere near that. This is, like I said, because it's stereo, probably many, many copies made. And I was talking to Don the other day about this record. I wonder if Don has the mono or not. I don't know if he checked, but Don said that he actually. This actually came with a like an 8x10 or a poster, and he has that poster. But great shots of the King, and Bill Bixby's on here, who also played as the Hulk. And there was a movie he did with, he was a father and on television, big star. He died too soon as well. Gail Gordon is in this movie. So this is a Elvis movie with a guest vocalist. There ain't nothing like a song. He does that with Nancy. And Nancy does Your Groovy Self, which is a terrible, terrible record. This record has the only redeeming factor of this record, that it's an Elvis record. The material is the worst. There's a few good songs, but Elvis's voice, just amazing, shines through the whole record. And you could see that he picked up right where he left off when he came back and did the 68 Christmas special, which was called the 68 Comeback Special. So there's my story. This is the stereo, not the mono. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but check out Mazzy's channel. Of course, you probably already have. If you're watching me, you know all about Mazzy. And if you're watching this, you, of course, are probably subscribed to that channel and also Dylan's channel, which is Noble Records. He has a big record store, and he has an unbelievable record collection. So at the end of his video, he indicated what rare records do you have in your collection, and that's what gave probably Mazzy the impetus to do it, although I'm not speaking for Mazzy, but it definitely gave me kind of like a permission to do this video. What he wanted to do was us to put in the comments, and I was reading some of the comments, and one of the comments someone put down was the John Peel, The Pope Smokes Dope. And I do have that record. I think he sold that record. The person who commented, you could check the comments on Noble Records comment section for that particular I'll link it somehow for that particular video. And he said he sold that record for $125. And some of these records are worth here up to that and maybe more depending on who wants it. So once again, if you have this in mono, it's a $5,000 record depending on the condition, for probably $4,000 or $5,000, even if it's only a VG Plus record. And of course the jacket should be VG Plus as well. This jacket, I would give it a VG based on some writing, and someone put a beard on Elvis. But Elvis did have a beard once. So that's it. Has the original inner. So thanks a lot. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please consider subbing it. Tony's LPs Are Us signing out, and we'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Ciao.